up, Saber Source fans? So this is Russell. So we're gonna do a new review of the newest hilt that comes out from Sabertrio. This is the Sabertrio Aeryn. So I'm very excited to do this because I've been waiting for this hilt for a few months already, since Sabertrio has mentioned that they're going to do a new hilt. So let's get on to it. So as you can see, the Sabertrio Aeryn is a thin neck design. So this is, reminiscent of what Luke Skywalker has used, or what Obi-Wan Kenobi in Episode 4 has used, Luke being using Episode 6, and most recently from The Last Jedi, the flashback scene, the thin neck hilt that they've been using. So this is, well, inspired by that. But I actually am very happy that Sabertrio went this direction, because aside from slanted emitters, I'm also a sucker for thin necks. So yeah, so going on to the physical description, so you have the emitter here, the emitter section here, wherein you have a extension of the emitter so you can have more blade. The blade socket would be better, so you can better hold the blade. So this one is a little bit tall, so the LED is here, around here somewhere. The brass neck is here, so this is made from brass, very very solid material, so you don't need to worry about it breaking that easily, so you can do it with this. You got the handle here, the grip section, just ribbed here, so you can have more grip here. Question is this gonna have anything or make you bleed or whatever, make you have wounds? Actually, this is very very well crafted. It has no sharp edges, so it's not. It's a very very comfortable grip from here. So you have the grenade section, and you have the pommel here as well. So this one is unscrewable, so you can actually see the chassis, similar to what Sabertrio has used for their Skylar, for their Arclight. So all of their sabers come with the chassis, be it the rechargeable one or the AAA one. But again, that's what makes Sabertrio very very high quality, because they actually make it a point to make their sabers of top quality in terms of machining, in terms of installing the electronics inside. So let's put it back in. So the pommel, you can see, is also similar to what you see in Luke Skywalker or Obi-Wan Kenobi's pommel. The cover tech is here, so this is using the gold version of the cover tech. Switch, AV switch is here. We have a non-illuminated AV switch here, which is also gold. You have two retention screws, one for the LED, don't mess with that, and one for the blade. So this one, if you want to remove or tighten your blade, just use this one. Do not use this one. So that's the physical appearance of the Aeryn. So this comes in two versions as well. This is the silver black version, two-tone silver black version, and you also have the dark edition, which has this color all the way through except for the neck. The neck will always be brass, but if you get the dark edition, everything will be anodized black. Yeah. So that's the two versions of the Aeryn as well. Together with the Skylar, with the Arclight, you have two versions as well. You have the stunt version, wherein you get a single color without sounds, of course, and you get the FX version. So for this one, you have the FX version. And with all of the FX version, this comes with already the Pico Crumble version 2, wherein you get 15 colors built in with an RGB, and you get 4 swing sounds and 4 clash sounds as well. So that's for the rundown of the specs. And to demo you, first of all, terms of length, how long is this saber? So if you're familiar with the Skylar, which I have here, we have a Skylar Dark Edition. This actually is of similar length with the Skylar, which is nice. So it's not actually longer than your Skylar. I thought it was longer than the Skylar, but it seems that the length is just enough for you to use, and it's comfortable to use with two hands. So it's either you grip it here, the grip is on the thin neck, you're comfortable with that. But when I was playing with this, I kind of like it here on the emitter, especially when you have the blade on, so it's actually better here. For spins, I usually grab it on the neck and spin it, but in terms of dueling with it, I grab it with the on the emitter section. So yeah, so let's see how it performs. As mentioned, this uses a Pico Crumble version 2. You've heard it before. If you want to also see the previous video that I showed using the Pico Crumble version 2 on the Skylar, you can check it around here. Okay, so let's see how it performs. Got my trusty short polycarbonate blade. First of all, we would like to demo the service menu so that I don't need to wait or I don't need to reset the word. So in service menu, you just need to press this button for around 6-7 seconds for you to get the service menu. So there you go. If you heard the sound, you get the service menu here. So when you're in the service menu, you can cycle through the colors. Again, I don't want to go through all of the colors again. If you want to see the colors, you can check out the previous video I just showed you earlier. Okay, so when you have selected the color, well, when you want to select the color, from there you just need to press it for 3 seconds, you get that beat. So that's when you select the color. I selected the cyan color, which that's my favorite. So let's turn it on. So that's the alert that is turned on. So there you go. So it's very bright and has a flicker. All of the Sabertrio FX versions have that flicker effect on their blades. You got your swing sounds, and you have your clash. You have your clash on clash. So the swing is actually very responsive, and the Pico Crumble actually has also an update to improve that swing detection. So it's more accurate when you swing it compared to the previous version as well. Also has a mute on the go function when you just press, well, if it's not on the deep sleep mode, if you need, you go to the mute function by pressing it by around 3 seconds, and it's already on mute. Still have that flash on flash, it's already on mute. So that's the quick demo of the Sabertrio Aeryn. Pros and cons. No? So for this saber, as mentioned to you, I actually like the thin neck design of it, and I kudos to Sabertrio because they actually they made the neck brass, so to make it sturdier. I like the size of it. It's actually just the right size for swinging, for dueling. The design in itself, again, as mentioned, is top class. You don't get that sharp edges from, for example, from the other saber vendors that you buy from. So there's no, you don't fear that you'll get some scratches or cuts from the grip. Okay, cons. As much as I like the thin neck design, the emitter is a little bit tall for me. the reason why it's tall is because the LED module here, they use the regular LED modules a little bit thicker or a little bit taller. They, for me, personally, they could have used a smaller heatsink just to make it shorter and make this emitter shorter, so that it will not be, a little bit awkward in terms of the size. The thin neck actually unscrews here. I don't want to unscrew it all the way because I might damage the thing, but so there's always a risk in that part when you unscrew this and it goes everywhere. But I haven't had that problem. But if there's a user that actually wants to tinker around, so that can be a risk to damage your saber. Aside from that, I have not much qualms on the Aeryn. Actually, I like it very much. When I show this to people, they're actually very, very impressed on how it looks like. Some have noticed that it's similar to the design of the Vader's Vault Ardent. There are some similarities, but it's not a, it might be inspired by the Ardent, but everything is inspired by either the Obi-Wan hilt or the Luke Skywalker hilt. But again, it might be inspired by the Ardent, but it's a design on its own for me. So aside from that, I have no qualms. I like the saber. It's classy enough actually. This is the classiest saber from Sabertrio. Because if you want to do cosplays, if you want to do, if you want to show off your, it looks like a lightsaber. Unlike, for example, the Skylar. The Skylar, I also like the design, and actually, I would, if it was an all-out brawl, I would use the Skylar. But for this design, it looks like a tactical flashlight. This one really looks like a lightsaber. If you ask someone, go out and you show this to them, it might pass off more than a lightsaber compared to this one. They might, oh, what flashlight is this one? But again, that's my opinion of it. That's why I like this design as well. So there you have it. I tried to make it as short as possible as well for you to see this one. And very soon we will make this available through abubot.ph, and we'll have a run as well of the Aeryn, and we'll put all of the details there on abubot.ph. So there you have it. So keep watching or keep following us on the Facebook page, keep subscribing to our YouTube channel, keep following us on Instagram and Twitter for more updates on the sabers that we have. So kudos to Sabertrio, shout out to them. They made a very, very nice saber here for you guys. So if you're interested, just drop us a message. Until then, thank you for watching, and bye bye.